Ahoy music lovers, vinyl enthusiasts, and everyone in between. My name is Isaac, this is The Blind Island, and today I'm coming at you with another Vinyl Finds video. And I did a little preemptive stimulus shopping, and I have got some finds here. Man, this is probably the most stacked stack, honestly, that I've had in a very long time. As far as music, I really love. Like, I just wanted these in my collection, and super excited to share these with you guys. So I'm gonna start off with some records first that are all contemporary, and then we'll get into the used vinyl. So let's get started. The first one, which I am super jazzed about. This is the exciting sounds of the Manahan Street Band. This is the latest release from this group. They haven't come out with anything in, I think, 6 years. They were the backing group for Charles Bradley. Took a little bit of a step aside. They're coming back, and I am here for it. It is so groovy, funky. It is very much of a 60s, 70s vibe, but with a contemporary bend, which is always my favorite when it sounds like it is still trying to fit in with today's musical landscape. I'm going to include a taste of what this sounds like. The song Star Chaser on here is just phenomenal. Give that one a listen. Next, I have this phenomenal neo-psych album, Frankie and the Witch Fingers, Monsters Eating People, Eating Monsters. And oh boy, is this a head trip. I mean, look at that cover, first and foremost. It already is, but geez, this is a mind melter, and it's got a great groove throughout, which I really love. Sometimes when it just gets a little too rambunctious, it loses the thread, but these guys really know how to find a groove and hold you through it. This is their latest release from 2020 and never came around to the record stores around here. Finally was able to pick up a copy of this one. Their stuff is getting harder and harder to find, especially their earlier material. But I had to pick this one up because who knows how long it's going to be until it's available again. Excellent album. If you're into that neo-psych sound and a scene, this is going to be right up your alley. Next, oh boy, this album. This is easily one of the best of 2021. It was released in 2020, but didn't get a vinyl release until just actually this past week, and this is the Freedom Affair. Freedom is Love, and oh my gosh, getting some heavy Motown stacks vibes from this album. 3 female lead vocalists, a backing band of 6 members. It is huge. It sounds big. It's in your face. It's strutting its stuff around, and I want to see what they're cooking with. It is excellent. This is an incredible album from start to finish, and also each release came on a random color, and it's a beautiful, clear, smoky vinyl. But what's even better is the fidelity that's on this. Sometimes colored vinyl can have issues, but this does not. It sounds excellent. No background noise whatsoever. And it's just a wonderful record. I'm going to include a needle drop of the song Make Me Surrender, which has been my jam. Give this one a listen and tell me that you aren't being pulled in by the beauty and majesty of this song.
Oh yeah. Oh, come on, baby, yeah. You know what I need. Oh, come on, baby.
for fans of the neo-psych, this is the OCs live in San Francisco. This album is one of my favorite neo-psych live records. They just have a mood on here. The OCs have never been one of my favorite groups. I prefer to hear what the vocalist is saying, and his voice is usually drenched in reverb, and that doesn't change in this record. But for some reason, with the added oomph of them playing live, it just works. Like, the mood is heavy on this album. I love the mood, and I am there for it. It is a phenomenal live recording, clear, crisp, and beautiful. I am really highly suggesting this. If you've never been a fan of the OCs, give this one a chance, and they will convert you. And then, finally, for what we have in the contemporary releases, this is going to be a jealousy generator for some of my younger viewers. And this one is going to be the 10th anniversary reissue from Vinyl Me Please of Beach House Devotion. This was pressed on double LP, remastered, 45 RPM, and you're going to love the color on this one. The packaging on this is fantastic, and just look at that. I love the layers on this. And the remaster on here, it's so clean, it's so crisp, it is gorgeous. Picked this one up from Paramount Records for $18. These are usually going for, the median price right now is $30 on Discogs, but they have been rising in price quite a bit, and usually people are asking around $40, and I imagine it will continue to rise as the years goes on. So, incredible album, one of my favorites from Beach House. I really like their more withdrawn, ethereal sound, and this is everything that I love and adore about it. So really, really cool record to pick up on the cheap. Alright, now we're getting into the used stuff. Some really cool finds here. And first and foremost, I picked up Led Zeppelin 1 for $4 from Paramount. And this is a later reissue. It's a gold record stamp. But for $4, it finally completes the Zeppelin collection for us. And it's definitely one that we needed. And one of my favorites by Zeppelin. I'll do a ranking of Led Zeppelin one day. Tell me if you're interested in that at all. But they're definitely one of my favorite classic rock groups, and happy to have that in the collection now. And another one from Paramount is Chick Corea Is, and this is his third record, second for the Solid State label, and it's on that original Solid State. This one is very much in the vein of the Song of Singing, released on Blue Note. Really avant-garde, free, but enough of a thread to keep you tethered to a center. And I really enjoy this album. Chick Corea's early material for me is where it's at. He is an amazing talent that will be incredibly missed, and I feel like you need to be snagging up these records now because they're just going to continue to rise in price ever since his death. This is a great jazz album, and I'm happy to have this one in the collection. Then next, I have an album, Canadian reissue of Blues Ballads by Laverne Baker. Laverne Baker was a kind of rhythm and doo-wop singer from the late 50s, early 60s, and this one kind of finds her splitting the difference between a more gritty, blues-oriented vocal with some doo-wop elements thrown in there, but there are some really great tunes that are on this record, and I think that her voice is one that is highly unheralded in the music community at large, and she should be recognized for the type of vibe that she just gave. And so really, really cool stuff. I'm going to include a needle drop of this one too, so you can get a taste of what she sounds like.
I'm yours in every way. We're gonna make a lot of money. Hey, I'm yours till my dying day. As long as you love me in a cotton picking way. Oh, you can use me. You can abuse me if you don't wanna.
Next, I have The Replacements' 1989 album, Don't Tell a Soul. Now, a lot of people, they trash this record. They say it's the moment that they sold out, that they gave in completely to studio demands, that it just sounds like an 80s album, has aged horribly. I am in a camp that is definitely antithetical to that. I think this is a unheralded work, that it is highly underrated. And while, yes, it is heavily produced, the songwriting has matured, grown. There's no Gary's Got a Boner on here. Paul Westerberg finally seems like he's coming to terms with becoming older, putting away the party side of him, party and hearty aspect of The Replacements. There are a couple clunkers on here. I'm not going to say that this is a 5 out of 5 hidden masterpiece, but if you like songs like Here Comes a Regular, Androgynous, Answering Machine, then this is going to be a record that really resonates with you. And I have noticed as I've gotten older, this Replacements album seems to speak to me more than many others. Maybe not including Tim, but this is a really great album. Definitely worth a second look if you've kind of pushed to the side because of all the critical trashing. And next, I have Tempest, self-titled, and this is a record that I heard at Paramount. I purchased it online, and man, this has some amazing musicianship on here. This is basically the members of Colosseum and Alan Holdsworth just creating huge fusion prog monoliths. Love this cover. And it is a beautiful record. Sometimes the vocals can be a little bit dated, but overall this is I highly recommend it if you're looking to get into maybe a prog album that you haven't listened to before, and if you're a fan of Colosseum, you're going to enjoy this record. Next, another amazing find that got on the cheap, and this is going to be Young, Gifted, and Black by Aretha Franklin. This is an original Atlantic pressing, and I got this one for $10. Again, at Paramount Records. Thank you so much, Ken. This is an incredible soul R&B album. I think that this period of Aretha Franklin was the most interesting. She came out with a live album called Amazing Grace simultaneously as this one, and it's just her at the height of her creative powers. She sounds more soulful, funky, and earthy than she ever has, and I mean, that album cover is breathtakingly beautiful. Huge fan of this record, huge fan of Aretha, and for $10 when it's usually going for around $40, I can't ask for anything better. So excellent, excellent pickup. Next, and finally, this is the big one. This is the one everyone's waiting for, and it's usually where I hold off my last heat. And this is what's been playing in the background. And if you've been wondering what it is, well then, wonder no more, because this is Tophat 2. Tophat was a group that only released 2 records for the Rare Earth label in the late 60s, early 70s. And man, is this some really great, heavy, psychedelic blues. I love that album artwork. And I found this one while I was at an antique mall. It was in a pile of nothing. just to, you know, your regular old albums that you come across all the time. Neil Diamond, Barbra Streisand, Roy Acuff, and I'm kind of going through, and then I pass by it, and I have to do a double take. I go back, like, no way, Tophat? I can't believe that it was in that stack of records. I don't know what it was, and I got this one. This usually goes for around $50 to $55, especially in the shape it's in. I mean, other than this clip, it's mint. It is in excellent shape, and I got this for $6. This was the find of the week, and probably the find of March thus far. So, excellent pickup, excellent record, and super happy to have this one in the collection. So guys, that was this round of vinyl finds for March 2021. Are there any records in here that you have, that you would like to have in your collection? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, I hope that you have a great day on your own personal oasis. Cheers.